overpowered protagonists are exciting. They show us what it's like to stand at the top. But sometimes, the most powerful moments come from those who start at the very bottom. These are the characters who struggle, not just against monsters or enemies, but against fear, failure, and even themselves. They're not born strong, they earn it, step by painful step. Every loss, every setback, every heartbreak becomes part of the climb. And when they finally rise, it hits different. Stick around, because by the end of this list, you'll remember why the journey from weak to unstoppable is the one that stays with you. First up, the lazy lord masters the sword. Sometimes the hardest enemy to fight is yourself. Iron Ferreira was never meant to be a hero. After the traumatic death of his mother, he escapes reality the only way he knows how: by sleeping. For years, he becomes known as the Lazy Lord, a noble who does nothing but hide away in bed, while the world moves on without him. In a medieval society where your worth is defined by strength and discipline, Eren is seen as a failure, a waste, someone to mock, not admire. But one night, everything changes. He dreams of a nameless swordsman, a figure whose every swing of the blade radiates power, grace, and resilience. It's not just a dream, it's a challenge. A whisper from his subconscious urging him to stand up, pick up a sword, and fight, not just enemies, but his own grief and fear. This isn't a story about becoming strong overnight. It's about the quiet, painful moments in between, about learning to get back up, even when you have nothing left. And when Eren finally wakes up, the world better watch out. But what if failure wasn't a choice and it was your birthright? Let's talk about a boy cursed from the start, banished by the very family that demanded greatness from him. Being the son of the strongest swordsman in the world should be a blessing. For Jin Runcandle, it's a death sentence. Why? Born into the most powerful sword clan alive, Jin is weak, hopeless, a disappointment. The Runcandles don't nurture weakness, they eliminate it. And Jin? He was supposed to be quietly removed from the clan's history, forgotten, buried. But fate has other plans. He's given a second chance, a do-over of his life with the knowledge of how it all went wrong the first time. But this isn't some golden opportunity. It's a brutal uphill climb in a family full of assassins, power-hungry siblings, and betrayals that cut deeper than any blade. Jin has to prove he's not just another disposable heir. He's got to outthink, outfight, and outlast everyone who's waiting for him to fail, including the father whose approval might never come. And the moment he shows weakness again, it's over. Jin's path is forged in blood and betrayal. But what if your biggest weakness is your heart? Let's leave the sword behind and step into a world where psychic powers rule and kindness might just get you eliminated. Jiwoo Seo isn't your typical fighter. He's kind, gentle, a little awkward, and insanely fast. He hides his powers, using them only to save cats and avoid attention. But everything flips upside down when he meets Caden, a grumpy talking cat who's actually a top-tier awakener hiding from powerful enemies. Suddenly, Jiwoo is pulled into a world of psychics, underground factions, and brutal showdowns where hesitation gets you hospitalized, or worse. And Jiwoo? He hesitates. He's not a warrior. He's not even remotely ready. He flinches, fumbles, and loses badly. His opponents don't hold back. They break bones and egos. But Jiwoo refuses to quit. He's not fighting to win. He's fighting because he can't stand seeing others hurt. And that makes him dangerous in a world that treats empathy as weakness. His journey is slow, full of stumbles and near-death moments. But each step forward turns him from prey into something a lot more unpredictable. Getting tossed around by psychic powerhouses is one thing, but going up against godlike beings who treat humans like ants? Yeah, that's a whole different level of hopeless. Welcome to Kubera, where the stakes aren't just high, they're cosmic. Lise is just an ordinary village girl with no powers, no training, and no idea what's really out there. Then one day, her entire town is annihilated by a god. Just like that, she's thrown into a cosmic conflict between terrifying Sura beasts, reincarnated warriors, and divine beings who treat mortals like toys. Her only hope is a magician named Asha, powerful, mysterious, and possibly hiding her own agenda. But this isn't a story about instantly unlocking hidden powers. Lise doesn't get stronger overnight. She's impulsive. She screws up. She questions everything. And in a universe where knowledge is power, every answer she finds only leads to more heartbreak. Kubera isn't a linear climb to greatness. It's a psychological, emotional survival game. The longer she survives, the deeper she's pulled into a story that spans lifetimes, where nothing is what it seems, and even gods can die. Battling gods? A divine headache. But what if the gods aren't the top of the food chain? Welcome to the world after the fall, where, in the apocalypse, one guy decided to stop falling and began rising against the system instead. Most people climbed the tower to save humanity, but many gave up and regressed. But Jaewon didn't. He fought back. When the system offered him power, he refused. No contracts, no boosts, no teammates, just raw grit, and a body far too weak for the nightmare ahead. While others traded their humanity for survival, Jaewon clung to his. And in a world designed to crush the powerless, that decision made him an easy target. He wasn't stronger, he wasn't faster, but what he had, the one thing the gods couldn't control, was a will that refused to break. Every betrayal hardened him, every defeat sharpened him, until the man who started with nothing became something the system couldn't predict, and the gods couldn't erase. This isn't just a fight for survival. It's one man's rebellion against fate itself, against a universe built to make him kneel. And if standing alone is the only way to win, then Jaewon will carve his own legend into the bones of a broken world. Breaking the system is one thing, but what if the system gives you a second chance? The world after the fall showed us what happens when you fight fate head-on. Now let's see what happens when fate gives you a respawn button. Next up, infinite leveling Murim, where hard work pays off. Yusongdan was never special. In fact, he died doing a basic escort mission. But instead of disappearing, he wakes up in the past, with one major difference: a level-up system that turns every action into experience. Now he has a shot at survival. Not greatness, survival. The Murim world is brutal. Martial artists kill for status. Sects collapse under corruption. Every step forward is earned with blood. And while others are born prodigies, Yusong starts from the bottom again. He's afraid. He hesitates. But he learns. Not because he's some genius, but because he has no other choice. His system doesn't do the fighting for him. It just records his effort. And if effort is all he has, then he'll make every second count. This isn't just a second chance, it's a climb through one of the harshest worlds in webcomics. Yusong's journey proves one thing: strength isn't given, it's earned, step by painful step. These stories prove it's not about being born strong, it's about fighting even when you're weak. And there we have it. Thank you for watching. I create videos like this because, let's face it, there are so many manhwa out there, it can be tough to decide which ones are worth your time. That's why I'm here to help narrow down the list, bringing you my own recommendations along with the most popular ones circulating online, but also doing my best to bring to light those manhwa that do not get the attention they deserve. If one of these stories caught your eye or you've got a manhwa you think deserves to be on the list, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you want more recommendations like these, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll always know what to read next.